Hi, it's Fiona Boulton here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a fertility expert and I've been in the industry since 2007, and I'm also a fertility activator and healer. So I can help you to activate your fertility by helping you to heal. And I'm talking about healing on all different levels. See, our cells are responsible for how you're going to be fertile, how you're going to hold your pregnancy through to full term. And if we can change the environment of your cells, then we can improve your chances of faster fertility success. Now, as you probably know, I have a private fertility group called Fertility Help. And in there, my clients ask lots of different questions. And today I've got two questions which I thought I'd fuse together. What is the impact of sex toys on fertility? And let's talk about superfoods in a little bit more detail. So first of all, let's go into the sex toy question. So again, it's going to be anonymous. If you're in my group, you'll know who had asked the question, but I don't want to mention their name on this public platform. So my client said, I have a brazen question. Will using electronic toys during sex have any negative effect on whether or not you get pregnant? I heard that the contractions from an orgasm can help the sperm along. But is it okay if that orgasm is from a battery-operated toy? Great question. Because if you know anything about me, I'm all about natural means. And anything that's natural is obviously going to win my heart. And that's from all the research that I've done. It's not just a personal choice. But making babies is a natural thing. Making babies is a spiritual thing. Making babies is really important when we look at the whole aspect of the human being. So it's more than physical. We're more than physical beings. So we need to have a look at the love relationship between you and your partner. And see, it's like a Venn diagram. So you've got a circle of you and your love, a circle of your partner's love, and then it creates another circle, if you're thinking of that Venn diagram from school days, of your relationship. And it's in that relationship bubble that your baby enters. So we want it to be a peaceful, beautiful, rich with love, deep depths of love. And that's going to be a stronger magnet for baby to come. So I was speaking to a client yesterday on the phone, and I said, not on the phone, what am I talking about? Online, I should say. And on our online video conference. And I was explaining the importance of sacred sex. So when you are making love with your partner, don't focus just on the baby. It's important that you both have the same goal and you're focusing on whatever that may be. So your partner might not be focusing on the baby as much as you, and that's perfectly fine, but they might be focusing on abundance. It could be financial abundance or whatever that may be. And at the end of the day, your abundance is your baby. Or they might be focusing on, health, and for you, the extension of perfect health is you having this happy, healthy baby. So whatever it is, try to match the theme. And when you both orgasm, have the same thoughts or the same goal. This is very, 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 very popular and very well known and very well documented from years gone back. And there's even cults around it. It's a form of sex magic. It's the greatest way to manifest, where you're in a heightened state of joy, connected to source. Both of you are connected to source. The man will connect to God created source through the woman. So women are connected. And when we're making love, we open up and we let them experience God. So we're helping to allow them to experience that with our smile. The radiance of our smile can help the source energy come out through our eyes. Our eyes are open. Our mind is open to new potentials and possibilities. And of course, our vagina and our heart. So they're open too. So allowing that beautiful actioning for making love. Oh, thank you for the love. Thanks so much, Renee. Allowing for that to unfold will help baby to come. It will create the space for baby. So that's the goal I'd like you to focus on, as opposed to, oh, I hope this works. I hope this works. Because if you're hoping something works, then you're in a lack state. You're actually believing it's not going to work. That's why you're hoping it will work. But when you're forgetting about that and moving into that knowing state, which is what I teach you in my online fertile lifestyle course, some really easy techniques that just will make you feel so much more relaxed, so much more empowered on your journey, and help you to rechannel where your energy is leaking. So you're not hoping fruitlessly. You're moving into that state of knowing and creating results. So when it comes to sex toys, if you enjoy sex toys and that's what helps you orgasm, then yes, because it's a sucking sensation. When you're making love on a regular basis as well, you release sex hormones that create a sucking sensation to help draw the sperm in toward the egg to create the embryo. This is really, really, really important. And even if you're doing IVF or IUI, if you can't have a partner, because a lot of women are doing this on their own, then I've always encouraged masturbation. And if that's through a toy, then use it with a toy. If it's not with a toy, it doesn't have to be with a toy. Do what helps you to feel really good, to feel juicy, you know what I mean? To help draw that sperm into the egg. That's what we want. And the more lustful the lovemaking is, the more passionate you both are, the stronger the chances of getting together. You know, I've got other clients who have had, their partners have had weak sperm or a low sperm count, not the best swimmers, etc. And to avoid ICSI, what they were doing was focusing more on passionate lovemaking and helping him with certain vitamins and minerals that he's got more energy. And that's something I can talk to you about. If you've got questions, please reach out to me. It's all in my online Fertile Lifestyle program as well. There's a section for men, and these tips are in there. And when they combine that, it works. You know, this is how it's meant to be. This is the natural way that we make babies, and it can happen. If you have a belief that's not going to work for you, that you have to do IVF or have to do IUI, then that's the choice you're making, and your body will recondition itself to prevent natural from working. But if you believe that you're open to both possibilities, or that you just want to do natural, it can still work that way for the majority of the people. Not every case. I'm not saying every single case, but if you're concerned, please, please, please join my group. There's lots of tips and techniques I'm constantly giving. That's the Fertility Help group. So that's my answer to you. Yes, keep enjoying your lovemaking. And if that's with toys or without, it doesn't matter. Just keep it up. And ideally, depending on the man's sperm, if you're making love every second day, it's the best because it's going to help him build up sperm in between. If he's got super sperm already, you can afford to make love every single day if that's what you want. As you know from past videos, not a fan of only making love when you ovulate, because often we can miscalculate when we ovulate. Very few people are supremely aware of when they ovulate. And if you are one of those, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But I'd say about 95%, if not 97% of all the clients I've been speaking to for over 12 years now wouldn't have an idea, and they use ovulation test kits, and that can be off. The amount of women that thought that they were infertile using ovulation test kits for more than 2 years, when actually, when we extended that window when they were making love, they then fell pregnant, and I just couldn't believe it. So let's now get back to the next question about superfoods. So is there a time limit on all these superfoods, or can I just take them indefinitely? Okay, brilliant, brilliant question, because each superfood has a different property. A lot of people are familiar with maca, and that's helpful for balancing hormones. Now, the way you take maca, you take it every day for 6 months, or you take it every second or third day for a longer period of time. It's best absorbed in the body when you're mixing it with lucuma. So 1 teaspoon of maca to 1/4 teaspoon of lucuma. And they're both grown in the same region. They're both root, fibrous superfoods. And some people it's too sugary or too fibrous, depends on your diet and lifestyle, but it does work. It is a really, really, really good superfood to have, and that's why I've included it in my ultimate fertility superfood blend on my Awakening Fertility shop, also in the Powerfully Pure shop. I recommend you have a look at that. It's got all the medicinal mushrooms that you need, the adaptogenic herbs that help to build energy, because fertility requires energy. However, when your hormones are balanced and you're back in flow, and you can tell if your hormones are balanced because either you've had a hormone test or you're looking at your menstrual cycle, there's no PMS symptoms at all, then your hormones are balanced. You're sleeping well, hormones are balanced. So you would come off the maca. You don't need it because it's already balanced. If you continue to take it, it's going to put your hormones out of balance. Makes sense, right? In this day and age, with all of our plastics exposure, it's really, really, really common for you to have too much estrogen dominance from fake estrogens, also called xenoestrogens. So that's why it's so important to avoid plastics, plastic water bottles, disposable water bottles, and non-disposable unless they're BPA free. Really look out for that. There's a huge link between women miscarrying who are holding boys who have too much BPA in their system. BPA is even on grocery receipts. That's how much toxic exposure we're getting around us right now. And that's why I truly believe there's not really a fertility issue on this planet. It's a toxicity issue. And if we can rid ourselves of the toxins and live in a way that exposes us to the same amount of toxins that our grandparents were exposed to, which is not that much, because they were all living on organic food, that was all normal. They didn't have the plastics that we do now and all the dirty technology that we do now, which adds up. So when you can eradicate that, and you're looking at releasing emotional toxins as well, looking at detoxifying your body from the emotional stuff, from different relationships, from different people, from the stuff that we're drinking or ingesting through our diet, or even inhaling, certain new carpet smells, new technology that has that fragrance. There's so many ways that we're getting exposure to fake estrogens, which is what causes extra fat around the midriff. So check what's going on. And again, if you're in my group, you're in my fertility help group, you will get a complimentary consultation and we can run through some of this stuff with you. Or dive into my online fertile lifestyle course and you'll get access to all of this stuff immediately. So that is it for today. If you have any more questions, please let me know. I love answering your questions. I try and not blend more than 2 questions at once. And I try to get in touch with everybody's questions ASAP. And if I can't, I then do private ones into the fertility help group. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to sharing more regular weekly videos with you. On that note, sending you infinite fertility blessings and bye for now. In fact, no other questions? Oh, yes. What about using gemstone cylinders? I bought a yoni egg pack and it came with a shaft. Would that be more sacred? Yes. So, great question there. Thank you so much, Renee. So, using gemstone cylinders as instead of a sex toy, because gemstones or crystals have a healing vibration. And when you're working with your crystals, you want to make sure that you first cleanse it and purify it so that it works for you. So you hold it in your hand and say, I cleanse this for my highest good. So it's becoming more personal to you. And then you instruct it. So a lot of the times they'll have certain qualities. And you can say, that quality is going to work for me. So to give me more fertility, to give me more abundance, if it's an abundance stone, to give me more self-confidence, to give me more energy. So it's channeled itself to work for you. And in fact, scientists have done research on crystals. When people have passed away, they can look at these crystals and they can work out the personality of the owner. And crystals will work with you on that level. They'll even change sometimes their color. For example, rose quartz will go lighter and brighter, so more of a white, the more they're expressing the unconditional love that is being released for you. So it's helping to lift your vibration. So yes, sex toys with gemstones, cylinders, amazing. Even better if you can cleanse it, purify it, and reprogram it for you. Definitely would be more sacred. And yes, using a yoni egg. I don't know if you're familiar with yoni eggs. I've got one, but it's not right here. And anyway, I've got one about, I don't know, how big's that? Half the size of my face. And you can put it inside and it's forcing you to activate your Kegels, so your pelvic floor muscles, to help tone and tighten that area. The benefit of that is it helps you to create more of a sucking sensation of the penis when you're making love. Secondly, it helps you to, draw that sperm in too. Thirdly, it's going to help to reduce incontinence after baby. And because it's a muscle, and the more you're toning it, when you cut it to give birth naturally, the doctors will cut it or it will tear. Because it's a muscle that's been used quite a lot, it will repair much faster. So you want to be toning through the pelvic floor. So having a yoni egg, you might have a different one. That's the one I've seen over here in the UK. Or sometimes there's jade balls. You can use different crystal balls that people can, you can put it up in your vagina and just keep squeezing it. You can't squeeze it for long, just a few seconds and then releasing. And you're holding it in all day. Some people go to work with them in. They're not necessarily an orgasmic sensation. Like, it can be a nice sensation. Some women have orgasm that I'm aware of, but it is something you could just walk around with, and it trains you to be able to strengthen your pelvic floor so much that you can grip onto the egg or the balls whilst it's inside you. And I know people that even go to work like that. So it's completely up to you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for all of your questions. Renee, thank you for joining. Mel, thank you for joining. Elder, thank you for joining. And everyone else whom I haven't been able to scroll up and see. I can't scroll anymore. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.